I'm Ted L. Gunderson, a 27-year veteran of the FBI who retired in March of 1979. At the time of my retirement, I was the senior special agent in charge of the FBI Los Angeles Division with more than 700 personnel under my command and a budget of $22.5 million. I was an agent on the street for 9.5 years, and then I advanced administratively. I was a supervisor, and then I was number 2 man in Connecticut and Philadelphia, and assistant special agent in charge was the title. And then I became a chief inspector, and then I was the agent in charge in Memphis, Dallas, and the senior special agent in charge in Los Angeles, because I had 3 other special agents in charge under me and 24 supervisors under them. I was an FBI agent for 27.5 years. At the time of my retirement, I was the senior special agent in charge of the FBI Los Angeles Division. I have been qualified in the courts as an expert on cults and satanic ritual abuse.
This presents a problem for the boys. I call them the junior high boys, the shadow government, because I do have credibility. I'm not some guy pushing a grocery basket looking for a recycling center, okay?
I have information from various sources that judges, law enforcement, prosecutors, attorneys, doctors, and many prominent individuals, including actors, actresses, professional football and baseball players, are involved in these type activities.
They were taking children out of Boys Town orphanages and foster homes and driving them to Sioux City, Iowa, 184 miles away, placing them in private jets, flying them to Washington, D.C. for sex orgies with Congress and senators and dignitaries. And I've covered that in my intelligence report, by the way. So what does that mean? Well, the pedophile ring, homosexual pedophile ring, they were transporting these kids from Omaha to Des Moines to Minneapolis to Milwaukee to Madison and back to Omaha. So unfortunately, the investigator prior to my entering the case, Gary Caradori, had learned about some pictures. And these pictures were the smoking gun of the case. Pictures of politicians having sex with children and other unbelievable acts, boys and girls and so forth. Pictures of politicians having sex with children.
Pictures of politicians having sex with children. Pictures of politicians having sex with children.
Pictures of politicians having sex with children.
Pictures of politicians having sex with children and other unbelievable acts, boys and girls and so forth. Now, there's something else that I need to bring to your attention. This is a book about the CIA, the Finders. This tied back into the Nebraska case. The Finders is a CIA covert operation. As far as I know, it's still operating. That was established in the early 1960s. And their task at hand was to kidnap children. Going back to the Nebraska case, what do they do with these kids that they kidnap? Paul Benassi has attended 6 auctions where they auction children. Any age from 3 and 4 all the way up to 21. They put a tag around their neck. They're in their underwear. They have a number on the tag. And people down below bid on them. The kids sell for between $15,000 to $50,000. I've even heard of one kid going for $100,000. Well, who's buying them? The great CIA is not only involved in kidnapping children, they're the biggest drug dealer in the world. As we know, Iran-Contra. And the CIA is the most evil organization that's ever been established in the history of the world. And the FBI is right along behind them. The FBI is involved too. And the CIA is the most evil organization that's ever been established in the history of the world.
And the CIA is the most evil organization that's ever been established in the history of the world.
Read my lips.
It is the story of an evil at the heart of America, of a cover-up at the highest level. One man is attempting to uncover the full story. John DeCamp is among the most highly decorated Vietnam veterans. A former Republican state senator in Lincoln, Nebraska, he is now a lawyer fighting the legacy of Lawrence King's evil network.
It's a web of intrigue that starts in our Holy of Holies, Boys Town, Nebraska, one of the most respected institutions in the United States, and spreads out like a spider web through Washington, D.C., right up to the steps of the nation's capital, the steps of the White House, involves some of the most respected and powerful and richest businessmen in this United States of America. And the centerpiece of the entire web is the use of children for sex and drug dealing and drug couriers, the compromising of politicians, the compromising of businessmen, but worst of all, the corruption of key institutions of government that have the duty and responsibility to make sure these things never happen.